Good morning, student. Today we are going to discuss generations of computer, chapter 1. As we already seen or learned different eras and classification of computers in previous class, means in class 4. The first question arises in our mind: what is the main difference between era and generation? Era is a period of time in history that is unified by cultural or historical factors. It means that era is a time period which mainly depend on cultural and historical factors. मतलब ये है कि era हम उस पीरियड ऑफ टाइम को कहते हैं जिसमें बहुत सारे बदलाव के कारण कुछ हिस्टोरिकल या कल्चरल फैक्टर्स थे. बट अ जनरेशन इज बेस्ड ऑन देयर हार्डवेयर एंड सॉफ्टवेयर आर्किटेक्चर. जनरेशन का मतलब होता है वह बदलाव जो सॉफ्टवेयर और हार्डवेयर आर्किटेक्चर की वजह से हुआ. इन रिगार्डिंग टू कंप्यूटर वी सी डिफरेंट एरा: मैकेनिकल एरा, इलेक्ट्रॉनिकल एरा, manual era. These all are based on some historical factors. But regarding to generation, the basic factors are hardware and software architecture. Regarding to computers, the changes in the software and hardware architecture leads to different types of generation. Now we are going to study what different generations of computer. Just assume that when there were no computers, how people calculate, how they measure something. They maybe calculate through pebbles, bones, or fingers, or they measure something using ropes, hand, feet, or some other shapes. But in the last 40 years, computer evolved as an essential part of our life. As we discussed earlier about generation, now let us see. A computer generation refers to the major technological advancement that took place in computer during a particular period. First generation computer, vacuum tubes. First generation computers, also known as vacuum tubes because they are made up of mainly vacuum tubes. First generation computers are referred to as electronical era computers, in which we already know ENIAC, EDVAC and UNIVAC. Let us revise ENIAC, EDVAC and UNIVAC. ENIAC was developed by J. Presper Eckert and John W. Mauchly in 1946. The full form of ENIAC is Electronic Numerical Integrator and Calculator. It is referred as Mark I computer. In 1952, Dr. John Van Neumann developed EDVAC using the concept of stored program. EDVAC is referred as Electronic Discrete Variable Automatic Calculator. UNIVAC are produced by many companies like IBM, Universal Accounting companies and many different companies as an integrated. The full form of UNIVAC is Universal Automatic Computer, and it was the first digital computer that we have. In UNIVAC, EDVAC and ENIAC, the CPU or the processor of the computer are made up of vacuum tubes. Vacuum tube is a logical circuit that we are using in first generation computer. First generation computer are made from 1947 to 1959. Initially, the first generation computer are programmed using the machine language, that is binary language. Binary language is nothing but machine understand two numbers, that is 0 and 1, which leads to the development of assemblers and assembly language. The main disadvantage of first generation computer is the size of the computer. It may be 5 meter long or it is very costly. It uses lakhs of vacuum tubes to develop a computer. Transistor is a semiconductor device which is used to switch electrical signals and powers. Since transistors are smaller in size compared to vacuum tubes, which leads to the development of second generation computers. Computers which are developed after 1959, instead of vacuum tubes, transistors are used in those computers, because as I say, transistors were more reliable, cheaper and smaller as compared to our vacuum tubes. As the transistors are smaller, the size of the computer of this generation also small, which causes easier to maintain the computer. In second generation computer, we started using high level language such as Fortran and COBOL. Now we are going to discuss the third generation of computer. In third generation of computer, we use integrated circuit, which is known as ICs. Integrated circuit is a set of electronic circuits that are integrated on a small chip. To better understand ICs, let us check your memory that we are using in our mobile phone or cameras. We see a golden part which are integrated on a plastic cover. That golden part is a silicon or semiconductor which are integrated on the plastic cover, that is chip. The third generation computer are developed in early 1960s, which uses integrated circuit. Transistors are miniaturized and kept on the silicon chips. That is, silicon chip, as we discussed, is a semiconductor which causes the increase in the speed and the efficiency of the computers. The number of transistors that can be fabricated on a chip is referred to as the scale of integration. It means the number of transistors that we integrate, that we assemble on a chip is referred as और known as scale of integration. मतलब ये कि एक चिप पे हम लोग कितने नंबर ऑफ ट्रांजिस्टर को फैब्रिकेट कर रहे हैं या उसमें कितने नंबर ऑफ ट्रांजिस्टर्स एक चिप पे हम लोग यूज कर रहे हैं, उसी को हम लोग कहते हैं स्केल ऑफ ट्रांजिस्टर, स्केल ऑफ इंटीग्रेशन. अर्ली चिप हैड स्मॉल 10 to 100 transistors. Later, in MSI medium scale of integration, we use 100 to 1000 number of transistors. But in large scale of integration, we use more than 1000 of transistors on a single chip. Now come to the topic computers with microprocessors 1970 onwards. VLSI referred as very large scale of integration. VLSI allowed us to integrate more than 10,000 transistors on a single chip, which leads to the development of microprocessor. Usage of microprocessor increase the computer reliability, precision, and reduce the size and the cost. Microprocessor is a chip on which more than 10,000 transistors are incorporated on a single chip. As we see before, we are able to incorporate only 1,000 transistors on a single chip. Because of reduced size and cost reliability, the computer leads to use of computer in office, home, and for the personal use, which explore the computer in every field. The computer that we are using belongs to the fourth generation of computer. Because of the smaller size of the microprocessor or chip, the computer which are developed in fourth generation are very compact and small in size, and computing abilities of those computers are very tremendous. Apple II is an example of fourth generation computer. Moving forward, we are going to discuss fifth generation of computers. As we see, the development process of the computer from the first generation to the fifth generation continued. In fifth generation computer, we use a concept known as artificial intelligence. In artificial intelligence, the computer by by itself detects some features of the user like face recognition, voice recognition, fingerprint processing are the examples of the artificial intelligence. The different types of fifth generation computers are desktop, notebook or laptop, server mainframe, supercomputer. These are the examples of fifth generation computer. Desktop computers are mainly based on ICs and they are kept on a desk. They are not portable to carry. Notebook or a laptop computer is same as a desktop, but they can be carried around us and it is portable for us to carry from one place to another place. Where laptop is a smaller version of the notebook or laptop with limited number of facilities such as internet connection. Server is a powerful version of desktop that are capable of performing various applications on a network environment. Let us for example to understand server computer. When we go to a cyber cafe, a lot of computers are connected to each other and all the computers are connected to a single computer which we called as server. The computer at the server and the user at the server that uses that computer monitor all the user at the different computer. Server computer are those type of computer which works on a network environment for a smaller organization. Mainframe computer is similar to a server computer, but the network in mainframe computer are very large and they are capable of handling very huge amount of data and applications. Mainframe computers are mainly used in banking sector and for larger organization. Supercomputer are multiprocessor computers which are used to perform mainly scientific tasks such as weather forecasting, aircraft designing, for the use in nuclear science, aerodynamic modeling. Now let us see, there is a table which is categorized as generation, device, hardware, characteristics and systems. In first generation computer, which the time period of the first generation computer is 1942 to 1959 and the device used in a first generation computer are vacuum tubes or punch card. Main characteristics of the first generation computer, they are supported only machine level language, that is assembly language, and they are very costly. For some examples of first generation computers are ENIAC, IDVAC, IBM 701, UNIVAC. The time period of second generation computer is 1959 to 1965. The hardware that are used in second generation computers are transistors, magnetic tapes, and the language used in second generation computers are high level language such as COBOL and Fortran. The characteristics of second generation computer are faster, smaller and reliable than previous generation, means first generation computer, and they are also costly, but as compared to the first generation computer they are less expensive. The example of second generation computer are Honeywell 400, CDC 1604, IBM 7030. The time period of third generation computer are between 1965 to 1975. In third generation computer we uses mainly integrated circuits, large capacity disk and magnetic tapes as their hardwares. They are faster, smaller and reliable and also cheaper as compared to the first generation and the second generation computer. But there is a special characteristics in the third generation computer, that is the concept of operating system. The examples of third generation computer are IBM 360 or 370, CDC 6600, PDA 8 or 11. The time period of fourth generation computer are from 1975 to till now. The hardware of the computer that we uses in fourth generation computer are ICs with VLSI technologies, semiconductor memories, magnetic tapes and floppy as portable memory device. The main characteristics of fourth generation computer are multiprocessing and user graph, and it has graphic user interface operating system. They uses object oriented programming language. They are small, affordable and easy to use and easier to update. Some of examples of fourth generation computers are Apple II, VAX 9000, Carre 1 and 2. The time period of fifth generation computers are from 1988 to present. The hardware that we are using in fifth generation computers are also ICs with VLSI technologies. It has very large capacity hard disk and with RAID support, optical disk as property read only storage media, powerful server, internet and cluster computing are the properties or characteristics of fifth generation computer. Are the hardware that we are using in fifth generation computer. The main characteristics of fifth generation computer are they are more powerful, cheaper, reliable and easy to use and portable. Fifth generation computer are more powerful, but they are not cheaper and easy to use. They are used only by the professional expert because they are used for scientific purpose only. And the other feature of fifth generation computer is rapid software development is possible. Some of the examples of fifth generation computer are Param, Anurag. They are the supercomputers of India. IBM, Pentium and voice recognition system. Now we are going to discuss development in the late 20th century. Smartphones evolved as one of the most important development in the history of computer. Computers which are developed in the 20th century are used in many devices, as we know, in smartphones, washing machines, refrigerators. Since these are very small computers, so programming is not possible. We program the microprocessor and embedded microprocessor in these devices. Nowadays we have very advanced smartphones with different types of features such as internet, voice recognition, face recognition, fingerprint, screen touch, and it contains variety of features. First smartphone IBM Simon was designed in 1992 and released in 1993 by IBM, which contain a calendar, address book, world clock, calculator, notepad, email client, and the ability to send and receive faxes and games. IBM is an international company which deals in computer technology. The full form of IBM is International Business Machine. Thank you so much and have a nice day ahead.